Alright, so we're finally done with Onderon, and we're gonna continue to Korriban. That's gonna be the last planet. And I'm still not gonna do the droid planet because it's really boring.
You know, I think it's time I gave your cutting laser a little boost. It works fine for repairs, but we could use your help in a firefight. Don't worry about it. We'll make sure they keep you out of their scopes. Hey, it's something for Goto to be jealous of, right? Think of it this way. You can keep Goto in line with it.
Oh, he got excited for that.
Finally decided to let me take a look at your circuitry.
Answer. Indeed, I did. I hope you understand how difficult it is for me to trust a meat bag with something as delicate as my inner mechanics. Explanation. Our encounters with my copies has convinced me that I should look into upgrading my capabilities in order that I may be able to destroy them with greater impunity.
Worried you might be going obsolete? I understand.
Objection. Nothing of the sort. I am programmed to improve my capabilities if it will improve my chances of destroying a target. Even as unsavory an avenue as this.
You don't have to suffer on my account. Maybe you are better off not letting me dig around in you.
Retraction. You must understand. My previous interactions with meatbags have rarely been pleasant. Disclosure. After all, most of those meetings involved the termination of said meatbags.
It obviously couldn't have been your charming personality. Now, if you want me to see if I can upgrade your functionality, just let me get to work on you.
Answer. In that case, please go ahead. Just be careful not to damage any of my delicate parts. Analysis. My self-diagnostic indicates that my performance has indeed been improved. Also, many of my systems are reporting improved efficiency. Commentary. I am most pleased with this turn of events. It would appear that my initial analysis of your mechanical abilities was incorrect.
You're welcome.
Iridonian, I would like to speak with you about your assistant.
My assistant? Oh, right. What is it?
I believe he has it in his head that my relative size is comical. I find his disparaging beeps and whistles to be quite annoying.
I thought only utility droids had size issues.
If I am to continue to operate with him, I would appreciate it if you spoke with him about this. Otherwise, I will be forced to find a more permanent solution.
Maybe call my boy fat. Alright. I have to upgrade some stuff. This one might be good to go. Oh, I still gotta make the ultimates. I'll give Adam the superior ones. Hey, what's up, David? I do apologize for not streaming for quite a while. Number one, I work a lot. Number two, I was too busy playing Mass Effect.
Yes. Have you come with questions? That should your power is
Crystal does not need to be updated.
yes. Very.
Taught me a size or anything.
When
to
I
teach me.
spoke of sight before, there is a similar handicap that tends to occur among those strong in the Force. They neglect their skills. Some believe they no longer need them. The greatest wielders of the Force are those that maintain some grounding to the more physical realities of the universe.
What do you mean?
Some wielders of the Force have mastered piloting, others the ability to fix and repair and build, from simple moisture vaporators to more complex machines such as droids and vehicles. One's ability to understand the human body and its ailments, for example, can make your powers within the Force more complete, more powerful, when you attempt to repair the cellular damage of another. And others have mastered the more subtle work of politics, persuasion. Do not doubt that a galaxy may be conquered with words, a republic overthrown, and an empire made. When such skills are honed, one's abilities with the Force become that much stronger. My warning to you is this: do not rely on your companions to compensate for your weaknesses in skill. There will be times they will not be there to help you when needed. What skill would you say is your greatest strength?
Yeah, I played Village, actually. I finished it. It's a pretty okay game. My strongest is Persuasion, obviously.
And what skill would you say is your greatest weakness?
Street Injury.
Then my task before you is this: take your greatest weakness, devote effort to it, strengthen it, and I will show you how it shall strengthen your power in the Force.
Very well.
As you learn and train and test yourself against the galaxy, all your skills have a chance to improve and grow as well. When you devote some of that training to your weakest skill, you will know.
Right. Does Visas have a lightsaber? This I have to know. She does not.
Yes. Very well.
Alright, time to learn some lightsaber combat.
If you travel with us, Blinded One, then you shall work for your passage on this vessel. Your lightsaber, give it to me.
I shall die before it passes from my hands.
Your lightsaber, give it to me.
The crystal I took from the condensed mist sunk it.
It is adequate. You are young, your energy for such things surpasses mine, and your skill is enough that you may teach him the basics of the weapon. There is much that he has forgotten.
There's only so much I can teach him.
That fact did not escape me. Now, try to kill her with the single blade. Use no other Force technique, no items, merely the blade.
Very well.
Now do it with 2 weapons, 1 in each hand. Again, no items, no Force powers. Let us see what you can do when your hands and mind are divided. No Force techniques other than weapon skill. Let it flow through you. Let the Force fill the cracks in your spirit. Now, divest yourself of your weapons. You, Blinded One, you will keep yours. Let us see what you can do when you have no weapons left to you. Now, attack her. It is enough. There is nothing more for me to teach you. You know as much of battle as I.
Yeah. I want to see all reds here. Everyone dark side.
Yes? Have you come with questions? Very.
Well, when you taught me to listen, I wish to continue that lesson.
Very well. Sit with me. You have brushed the surface thoughts of another. It is a start. Calm yourself. This time, silence your own thoughts. Keep them still. Imagine the waters of the Room of 1,000 Fountains, each stream suddenly falling silent and still. Imagine the ice of Telos, cold and smooth as it gathers upon the plateau. Now, stretch out. Feel the ship around you. Strip away the metal and see the souls and minds of those that fill its corridors with more thoughts and dreams and worries than can fill the space of this ship.
As my feet walk from the ashes of Qatar, I shall not fear, for in fear lies death, and...
If I up the Turbana gas levels in the Carbine, that would be enough to punch a hole even in triple Durasteel. And we'll need weapons like that if the Republic discovers the camp on Duxon.
From the first movement, strike, repeat, circle one's opponent, repeat, faster, quicker. If Father had been faster. If only Father had been faster. If I was faster, I would no longer be the last of my sisters. But does Atris love him? Jedi do not love. Does Atris hate him? Jedi do not hate. This journey is harder than any she has sent me on.
Switch the face of the +1 -1 card. The totals are 9, 10. Switch the face of the +2 -2 card. The total is 8, 11. Switch.
Your command echoes still, General, and I obey, as I did at Malachor.
As my feet walk from the ashes of Qatar,
Switch the face of the +1
I shall
-1
not
card.
fear.
The totals are 9, 10.
For in fear
Switch the face of the +2
Your
lies
command
death.
-2
echoes
card.
still,
The
General,
total is 8,
and I
11.
obey,
Switch.
as I did at Malachor.
The sound in the background, what is it?
Not now. Focus on my voice.
Malachor.
Now do you hear me? Truly hear me?
I hear you. This is incredible.
You have taken the first steps on a much longer road, Exile.
What about the droids and Hanhar?
The droids cannot be read in such a way, nor the beast. He has little thoughts to speak of. As for the alien who served with you in the war, its thoughts are more difficult, requiring many translations in meaning. Often it is better to read their impulses and images than their spoken thoughts. That is why he is deaf to you. I have found his impulses are cold, like a dead weight. His thoughts are black.
But I did hear something from Beodor.
Indeed. It is strange that I did not.
It's because I knew him better. I served with him.
Perhaps. I would not put much weight on such things.
There was also Aden's thoughts.
Of course there was. It is because Atten was not playing Pazak, yet he counts cards in his head. At times, he will list off engine sequencers, memorize the hyperspace routes on the other side of the galaxy, count the ticking in the power couplings, even though they are fixed. At other times, he will imagine certain base lusts, certain indignities. It may be Atten is far cleverer than he feigns to be. Or perhaps he is simply a fool.
Alright, I'll go see him.
Query.
No, just questions. Yes, if I served in Mandalorian Wars, why?
Observation. Well, Master, I was not at Malachor 5 during your near-genocidal reaction to the Mandalorian threat, but I feel that I may have been constructed as a result of that.
Care to explain?
Observation. I believe that Revan determined that mass slaughter on such a scale may no longer be needed to achieve her aims. So perhaps you are responsible for my creation.
So you were created during the Mandalorian Wars.
Answer: no, Master. I was constructed shortly after the beginning of the Jedi Civil War.
Okay. Which targets were you assigned?
Answer: well, Master, unless you were operating on my central control cluster, I would be somewhat hesitant to discuss my targets, but I suppose it could do no harm. During the Jedi Civil War, I was responsible for certain strategic targets. For some reason, Revan did not feel that the Republic presented much of a military threat. Aside, I am somewhat unclear as to why this was so, but Revan did have a certain biological instinct regarding such things, so I will simply say that there were probably reasons for such an assessment.
Why fight against something you don't feel is a threat?
Answer: Revan felt the true war was against the Jedi. Observation. It was not something discussed with much of the others, but I think Revan recognized that a single Jedi, both in the past and in the present, could turn the tide of a conflict. So my targets were frequently Jedi, or someone close to a Jedi that could result in their corruption or collapse. Revan often assigned me to kill leaders or supporters of certain Jedi so as to erode their will.
Where'd these tactics come from?
Answer. Revan saw the pressures of war on Duxon and knew that even in the heat of conflict, Jedi could be broken, not physically, but psychologically. Observation. It is a curious thing to assassinate and wound someone's personality, to assassinate them psychologically, and it took me some time to reconcile the acts. I am much more used to their direct approach. Still, I served well and killed many Jedi.
If I need to kill a Jedi, how would I do it?
Answer. Master, I think that should wait until I am certain. I mean to simply give...
So break the Jedi, huh?
Observation. Master.
Or just kill Mandalorians, though, not Jedi.
Observation. Master, I do not believe that the Mandalorians were the true target at Malachor. I believe that the intention was to destroy the Jedi, break their will, and make them loyal to Revan. I do not know if you examined the records of the deaths on Malachor, but you cannot escape that many of the Jedi and Republic soldiers who died were not Revan's strongest supporters. Observation. I believe that Revan was cleaning house at Malachor 5. What ones did not die became Revan's allies against the Republic.
Sounds like you killed a lot of them.
Answer. Oh, yes, Master. I hope none of them were friends of yours, but really, they had it coming. I do not know when the Jedi ceased to be adherents to their code, but many did not tread cautiously, and many were quite arrogant when facing a droid, as if we were somehow beneath them. It gave certain kills and added pleasure when being underestimated.
So you took pleasure in it.
Cautionary. Master, don't take this the wrong way, but in my opinion, a blaster shot to the throat is often the best way of silencing Jedi hypocrisy.
Ooh.
I have found many Jedi to be arrogant practitioners of pacifism when it is convenient for them. Also, their tendency to never directly answer a question is rather annoying.
Right? How many did you kill?
Statement. I do not have the exact counts, Master. Since it is difficult to determine who was a Jedi and who was not, it seemed to be largely a matter of perspective. I did kill many soldiers who used techniques in combat that could make them be considered Jedi, although they call themselves Sith. Answer.
No one thought so. That's a shame. I'll have to upgrade some good ranged stuff. Okay. Let's get rid of some stuff. I think I actually want to So close to the computer use. Let's see, do I have anything for skills? Fuck off. I don't think there's any armor that can give me skills aside from the one I'm wearing now. I'll have to level myself up. Because I want this. Yeah, power pulsator, those are good. I will need these upgrades later. All right.
Care to explain why we have that psychotic Wookiee with us?
Nope. One more slave.
All right. But this won't end well. Trust me. All right. I don't really want to talk about... Yeah, well, I don't really want to...
I don't want to talk about it.
Look, I've heard about the Force and what it does to people who can't control it, or themselves. And it shows in everything you do, and in your face.
Yeah. Keep your concerns to yourself.
Look, all I'm saying is that there's a reason you're changing. That power is corrupting you. I can't help but feel it. All of us can. Whatever that witch is doing to you, she's dragging you down into whatever hole she crawled out of.
Yeah.
Well... Look, I know we've been through some rough times so far, but you need to stop letting it get to you.
I'm fine.
Well, the signs are starting to show. You don't look like you've slept in weeks. Or a year.
Huh. Where's the question about him playing Bazak in his head?
Something up?
Playing Bazak in your head?
Passes the time. It's better than listing off engine sequencers, memorizing hyperspace routes, or counting ticks in the power couplings.
Of course it's fixed. And that's why you should count the ticking in the power coupling, too.
Why do I play Pazak? Alright, I'll show you.
Alright. Let's play. I don't know why that was a lightsaber sound. That tiebreaker card is so good.
Good match. Now, what are you thinking about right now?
The game, of course.
Right. And that's why I play Pazak in my head.
Because if you don't, you've left the door open, and anyone could walk right in. Of course you did. You see, Jedi, light or dark, do it, more often than you'd think. But I never heard one say they were sorry before. That's a new house rule.
Huh.
No, I play Pazak in my head. But while I'm doing that, it's a lot harder for someone to walk in. No, I can only teach you to play Pazak. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I want to learn how to play Pazak.
Good. Now you understand. All right, I'll deal then. If you're ever fighting someone who has the power over your mind, whether light or dark, play Pazak. Start listing hyperspace routes, recite engine sequencers, and when they try to use their powers on you, suddenly it's not as easy as they thought. Jedi do it all the time. And when they walk in the dark places of your mind, they'll use it to hold you by the throat.
Got more willpower. That's nice. I don't know why I was going outside. God dang it. Actually, I just realized I need to go outside anyway because I got some thermal charges I want to use.
Ready to head back to camp. Supplies. What the hell does the ceremonial mask do? Not that I can wear it. Immunity of fear and horror. It's actually pretty good if you're not a Jedi Sentinel. Alright, now we're heading to Korriban, I swear. I'm done talking to people for a bit. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I'm not going to complete the skills thing for Kreia, because once I finish Korriban, she does not want to talk to me. But it's fine. It is what it is. That's Nar Shaddaa, go to Korriban.
We've hit the ground. This is Korriban. Why would one of the Jedi you're looking for come here?
An adequate job, pilot. Perhaps here there is some trace of those who pursue us. I sense that we may be truly alone on the surface.
There are signs of life on the surface. Beasts by the dozen. So don't worry, you won't be quite as lonesome as she makes out. You might want to keep your, lightsaber sharp. Or do whatever you do in these situations.
Although I think that the pilot's mechanical devices are probably accurate. If there are Sith here, their numbers are few and they are hidden.
It seems quiet. Just the wind. But deep beneath the surface, you can feel the pain of what took place here. This place merely tolerates sentience walking upon it. It is pleased to have been left alone. There is great power here for those with the ambition to use it. There is great power in this place for those who can hear its call.
There is much that would draw a Jedi to this place. The resting grounds of the ancient and more recently departed Sith contain many teachings believed lost. The most likely place to find our lost Jedi is the ruins of the old academy.
What happened here?
After Malak and his army were defeated, instead of restoring order to Korriban, Revan suddenly departed, leaving both her destination and reasons for leaving a mystery. It took a year or two for the Republic to send a force here to deal with any Sith that may have remained. They found Korriban much as we have, barren and lifeless. It was assumed that the remnants of the Sith turned on each other, vying for what little power remained. The Republic found evidence that several Sith lords escaped Korriban, fleeing to remote sections of the galaxy.
Any Sith living here?
As lifeless as it seems, the dark side is very strong here. The Sith lords would not ignore such a powerful place. There is much that can be learned, even here. You should go to the ruins of the old academy. If there are any traces here of Sith, that is where they would be.
Let's head out then.
If you walk Korriban's surface, you shall walk it without me.
Why?
I cannot. This place is strong with the dark side. It is difficult to center myself here. Korriban holds few secrets from me, but much that you should learn.
Very well.
I will remain here and meditate. Our link remains. I shall contact you and provide guidance when needed. The academy is on the other side of this valley. Be careful. Dark energy fills these ruins, and even the fallen Sith live still.
Creepy noises.
The structures you see around you are the plundered tombs of the ancient Sith lords. Each tomb was once infused with the history and heritage of the old Sith Empire, containing great mysteries and powerful relics of the Force. However, even the many traps could not long hold back the curious, the fools, and the weak. And so these tombs fell, spilling their secrets into the hands of those unable to comprehend or preserve them.
Yes?
Ahead, lies the Tomb of Nagasata, successor to Marka Ragnos, and the Sith Lord responsible for nearly conquering the Republic in the Great Hyperspace War a millennia ago.
Tell me more.
More recently, this tomb was where Revan confronted Uthar Vin, the leader of the Sith Academy. When Revan left Korriban, the Sith Academy was thrown into turmoil. With their leader gone, many fought for the right to rule. And so, the Sith here turned on each other, resulting in the carnage you can see covering the surface of this valley. The broken corpses before you are all that remain of the Sith on Korriban. I doubt there is much to be gained from looting these bodies. It would be best to leave them be. Fool! You've disturbed the spirits of this place, and they have sent their guardians.
Where are these guardians?
Hissis are semi-intelligent beasts, corrupted and strengthened by prolonged exposure to the dark side. As creatures of the Force, they have a limited ability to mask their presence. Hissis are drawn to suffering and carnage. They must have fed on all the corpses left over from the war here on Korriban. The angry phantoms of the Sith, too weak to influence the sentient, have taken these Hissis as thralls to their will. This was the Tomb of Turin, known as the greatest lightsaber duelist of the Sith Lords.
Tell me more.
His skill was considered remarkable even in his time, when many true lightsaber masters lived.
You saying modern Jedi are poorly skilled with lightsabers?
If you were to face an ancient Sith Lord in combat, you would learn that we are as children playing with toys compared to the prowess of the old masters.
What made him so good?
That is unknown, but supposedly he created a holocron to teach his technique to other Sith. The holocron would have been laid to rest in his tomb. Unfortunately, Tulak Horde's tomb was among the first penetrated by the grave robbers of the new Sith Order. If the holocron has survived, I doubt anyone living would know its location.
Would have loved to learn some combats from a Sith Lord.
This way leads to the tomb of Ajunta Paul, a fierce Sith Lord. According to legend, the blade proved more fearsome than the Master, leading to his demise. Ajunta's dark spectre lived on through the centuries until Revan entered the Sith Lord's tomb in search of the blade. Revan sent Ajunta Paul's spirit into oblivion and claimed the blade for herself.
What became of the blade?
Unknown. Some have suggested that the blade led Revan to her demise as it did Ajunta Paul. That is only speculation, however. Where Revan wanders now is knowledge that only Revan holds.
She'd be like, oh, Junta Paul? Ha, what a weak-ass bitch.
Before you is the tomb of the great Sith Lord, Marka Ragnos, a half-breed who possessed tremendous strength, both physically and in the Force.
Tell me.
Ragnos held power for over a century, using his cunning to turn his enemies against each other. His death left a great vacuum of power. We're standing close to the spot where Nagasata first confronted Ludo Kresh to vie for domination of the Sith. Their struggle nearly resulted in a civil war that would have torn the Sith apart before they ever threatened the Republic.
Sounds like civil wars are common among the Sith.
Yes, it is the way of the Sith. They must continually test their strength against each other, even if it means destroying themselves.
Okay, what happened?
As fate would have it, a pair of hyperspace explorers from Sinagar landed on Korriban. Nagasata manipulated the Sith into believing they were a sign of impending Republic invasion. This fear resonated with many Sith who were discontent with the lack of expansion of the Sith Empire during the reign of Marka Ragnos. Thus, Nagasata became Ragnos' successor. Here, you can just barely see the Sith archaeologists' efforts to uncover relics of the ancients. The new Sith Order sought to progress quickly by finding objects of power. I can only imagine what was lost forever due to the carelessness of these excavators. Now the excavation has been almost completely undone by 5 years of wind and sand. So does Korriban protect its secrets.
Ready.
Diagnostic? For some reason, I cannot fire. Obvious statement. This was not anticipated. I am attempting to access my weapon systems, and I cannot. Alarmed embarrassment. If this gets back to the other units, we will be decommissioned.
Oh. HK can't help us here.
I mean... This will teach you. This will teach you.
Ratio achieved. Observation. This cave is infested with Shirax, a species of easy-to-kill winged pests. They shall prove useful for testing my blaster accuracy ratio.
There is great power and dark energy within this cave. I would advise you to finish your explorations within the Academy before venturing into the cave.
Ratio achieved. Yes, Master.
Gotta repair myself. Oh, that's really weak. Much better.
Yes?
Yes, Master.
Takada's. Wow, level up.
It seems unlikely the Jedi Master we are looking for is within. I see no tracks, no disturbance of recent travel.
You can expect more than these beasts within the Academy. Be prepared.
This ought to be interesting. Oh boy.
Her apprentice is here. Find him.
And we're trapped.
Ready to serve.
This will teach you.
Ratio achieved.
This will teach you.
Jesus Christ.
Accuracy ratio achieved. Accuracy ratio achieved.
Things unexpectedly happen, you know. I have nice skin. It's the skin of power. Or you meant cyan. Probably meant cyan. But I too have ugly skin. Got a Verpine shield, that's actually pretty good. I'll be glad to use those. So, if I remember, this is the way to the dorms, which is where we need to go. Yeah, there's Takada here. Big surprise. It wasn't really lag, it was just like freezing for some reason. And I accidentally minimized the screen. If I had a second monitor and I can capture this game without display capture, that would be great. She goes. More Varpine shields. Jesus. This is a new ID for new recruits. Good. I wish I say I was farming, but nope. There's not really a whole lot of enemies. Or at least unlimited enemies. Let's open the... Oh wait, not. Let's access the learning material and then take the level 1 written test. I should be able to do it. I need to get at least 4 questions right out of 5. Which the falling Sith Lords does not possess a tomb on Korriban, as freed in Nad. A number of Sith Lords conducted the burial ritual of the Great Marker Ragnos. The ritual required all Sith Lords in attendance to evenly space in a perfect circle. Udo Kresh was in the 6th position, Simus in the 16th position. How many Sith Lords conducted the burial ritual? I want to say 20. Which of the following creatures would be at least suitable as a pet for Sith Master? Gizka. Which of the following statement is not a paradox? This statement is false. The path-breaking changes. Passion, strength, power, and victory. That's Sith code. 4 out of 5 questions. Got it.
Optimal accuracy ratio and
storm charges. Alright, so before we go to the training room real quick. There's a couple things to do over here. Oh no, it's a trap. Call an ambulance, but not for me.
A lightsaber was used to fuse this door shut.
Observation. It would take more firepower than we have to access the room beyond this door.
Let's use the charges. So before I open that Sith holocron, I wanted to keep in mind the last time, in my last playthrough, it wouldn't work. But let's see about this time. It works.
It has been months since Revan's full memories returned, and unrest grows amongst the Sith. They're convinced Revan will not return, so they fight amongst themselves. The betrayals mount, and no matter who wins, the Sith will lose. There is no one left with the power to control the Forge, though many have tried. I've watched them be devoured, their life drained from them as they attempt to tap into its power. Knowing what we do of the Builders and their fate, I am convinced that Revan did not intend us to keep the Star Forge. To use it would mean the end of the Sith, and the end of the Force. I have done as Revan asked and remained here, but she has been gone for too long. I will wait no longer. Whoever survives this Sith civil war should not be one I wish to follow. There is only Revan. Only she can shape this galaxy as it is meant to be shaped. She lives still. This I know. If she will not return, then I shall find her and discover why. I cannot remain here not knowing. I've become certain there is something she remembered in the unknown regions. It is a technique she learned fighting the Mandalorians that allowed her to convert the last of the Jedi who fought beside her, and to murder those who would not. And she fears it is still out there, and silent for far too long.
So apparently, when Revan took over the Star Forge, her memories were still coming back. And the Sith were like, well, since Revan's gone, I can take control of the Star Forge. But boy, gee whiz, they were wrong. They were getting devoured by it. Because I know Revan has like unlimited potential in the Force. Jesus. Fucking assassins. Level 16 training. Let's go. You definitely hit a spike on leveling right there. Time elapsed. I did this as fast as I possibly could. I gotta go punish myself, I guess. I think they expected this to end in like 1 second. Master Vash is dead.
Lost. Observation. This body has been dead no more than an hour.
She's dead. I might have killed her myself. She was one of those responsible for my exile. We're out of here. I think the fastest that I have ended was Zez-Kyle on Nar Shaddaa. Master Rook, I cheated with mines because he fucking heals himself and he does massive damage. And Kavar was a little bit of a challenge, but not so hard. I save. I know I probably did, but I'm just making sure.
Did you come here for answers? There are none. The call of Korriban is strong, but it is the call of the dead. It is fitting you came here. I have studied you and found nothing but weakness. Yet still she clutches at you, as if you are all that gives her life.
So you know Kreia, huh?
I know her as an apprentice knows their master, and as a master knows an apprentice.
What do you want with her?
I want her to die, and see all that she has built cast down, all that she holds dear in shards at her feet.
And what does Kreia want with me, exactly?
She clings to hope that perhaps she can train one as great as her first. She is a fool who escaped death once. She will not do so again.
And if it's revenge you want, don't let me stand in your way.
You are a wretched thing. A thing of weakness and fear. You are her apprentice in name only. I am the master. And that is why you will die.
Does Cyan even feel pain?
Ready to serve. Acquired. Optimal ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Scion. He cannot be defeated. He is not a beast of flesh and blood. This is not a battle that can be won. Flee.
Thanks for the information.
There will be another time, but it is not now, not here, while Korriban runs through him.
She protects him, shields him. Find him, hunt him wherever he travels. He will not escape me again. I will bring his corpse to her, cast it at her feet. It will be as if killing her children. I will kill all she protects, all she shields, until her hands are drenched in blood.
Love it that when you're a male, he wants to kill you, but when you're a female, he wants to save you. It's like, Kreia's crazy, get away from her. Alright, so what's so special about this cave? There we go. Not really worried about that stupid thing. I love that they just plop on the ground like that. I wouldn't really call him a simp. He was just, he's mad with power. Cyan is just angry all the time.
The power I felt coming through the cave is just ahead. I believe you are strong enough to explore the tomb ahead. This tomb has not been plundered. Its mysteries may still be intact, but so might its traps. Take great caution.
This is a barrier of the dark side. I cannot pass.
Observation. The tomb ahead was devised to keep out sentients, not strong in the Force.
You will have to face the challenges of this tomb alone. Are you ready?
I will go. Yeah, that is also true. But he also wanted to kill the female exile. It's like, oh, I hate you so much, but you're beautiful at the same time, you know? It's very vague.
Do not heed the words of the Jedi Council. The Republic will fall if we do not act now. Already the Mandalorians have taken 3 systems along the Rim. They will only grow more powerful with time. Come stand with me. We will use our might to help the Republic in its time of need. Join Revan and I. Together we will battle this menace.
So this is when I was recruited for the Mandalorian Wars.
The Jedi Council is wise, but will take too long to deal with this threat. We must act now to stop the Mandalorians. I have heard of you. Your masters speak well of you, of your skills in battle. Join us.
I forgot how pompous Malik was before he tasted real power.
I am proud that Revan and I will be taking up our lightsabers for the good of the Republic, without the blessings of the Council. The Council seems content to watch, to debate, while entire systems fall to the Mandalorians. If we don't act now, there may be no Republic army to assist in the future. I sense you will join us. What are your reasons?
Battle, power. Use my abilities to kill the enemy.
A wise decision. Conflict often reveals much hidden within a person. Their true strength.
Hey, look, it's Mitra.
It was within our power to end the war, and the Council chose to debate behind closed doors, while planets burned.
They're misguided fools.
You have learned much. You no longer need to obey their hollow teachings. So, if you could do it all again, the real question is, would you?
Yes.
The Mandalorians await on the edge of space, eager to crush the Republic. You know how this turns out. Would you do it any different, knowing what it costs you? Knowing what it costs the rest?
I wouldn't have done anything differently. I mean, light side or dark side, I wouldn't do anything differently.
So knowing all that would transpire, would you still follow Revan and I? Excellent. And now you are all alone. Would you join me now? You didn't follow Revan and I down our path. Join us. Your journey hasn't ended yet.
If think what he's talking about is following them down the dark side to become a Sith army. I will join you.
The first lesson will be carved in your flesh. Pain is the ultimate teacher, and the lesson begins now.
I was about to say, that's not... That should be Mitra Surik. His mouth do so much damage. Jesus Christ. Alright, so I got very limited force power here. I'll do whatever I... Oh wait. Seems I can regenerate. Maybe it's because I'm part of the dark side. That's probably why. Bats. Bunch of worms. I don't give a shit about all these Chirac. I can kill them all. Yeah. Easy. You're just a bunch of bats. a whole lot of feats. Guns, though. Fuck. Might as well do improve 2-weapon fighting. Can't believe I didn't see that.
Com says we've lost another heavy droid transport. How can we break through the Mandalorian lines without support? The path is mined and the place is crawling with enemies. I know we've got our orders to press forward, but we're at quarter strength. We can't, General. It's impossible. We need to retreat.
This was Duxon. We charged the line. We had to. Our forces were fully committed. We would rather win or lose the war. There was no real choice.
But we won't help by throwing our lives away to storm the path. Too many Mandalorians, too few of us. We already lost half the men just getting to the path. They've got the rest of the company pinned down by the crash site. You can't possibly ask the troops to go forward. If you ask us to charge, will it make a difference? Will our sacrifice mean something?
Only Revan could answer that. Even afterwards, no one could piece together exactly what happened. We won, though.
We will press forward if you ask it. The path is mined. If you ask us to charge, there will be losses, General.
Let me go first. I'll disable them.
Thank you, General. Thank you. Now we fight.
Charge! This is... Super Strike. Hiya! It missed. The fuck? Thank you.
You are to be commended for making it this far.
What are you doing here?
You've revisited the dark moments of your past, and now you must face the present.
What do you mean?
Your confusion is natural. The others and I will help you understand.
Others?
Get away from her! She's a dark Jedi.
Where did you come from?
Atten, I've had enough of your snide contempt.
We need to work together, people.
Hey, what's the commotion here?
Stay out of this, Beodor. This is a personal dispute between Atten and myself.
You're threatening Atten with a lightsaber, and I'm supposed to just stay out of it? No.
Can I? Why do I even bother?
The three of you would challenge me? You sorely underestimate the power of the Force.
Think again, Kreia. Your dark influence will end.
Your friends are all arrayed against me. Will you stand for this?
You're all just visions anyway. It doesn't matter what I do.
So you will do nothing? Apathy is death. Worse than death. Because at least a rotting corpse feeds the beasts and insects.
Apathy is death.
Apathy is death.
Apathy is death.
Apathy is death.
Statement. Apathy is death.
Apathy is death.
Apathy is death.
Apathy is death. Focus.
That was easy. That dark Jedi. It's me. Why are you here? What was all that about? Jesus Christ.
In this trial, I am impressed.
This was all a test?
The dangers you faced in this tomb were real, but these images of the past serve to prepare you for your future.
What do you know of the future?
Surely you have felt what awaits. Events are shaping themselves about you, seeking to draw you into their center.
Greatness is in my future, after all.
Take care not to give in to vanity and arrogance. This breeds complacency and stagnation, as exhibited by the Jedi Council. Their prolonged inaction led inevitably to their downfall. The galaxy will bend itself only to those of strength and conviction.
Alright, I'm ready to leave.
Search the room you are in. You should be able to unlock a passage that leads outside the tomb.
call them weaklings, but they are fools. They do nothing when it's convenient for them. There's just one last thing I need to do. A couple of last things, actually, but it'll be quick. Jesus Christ.
What is left of the Jedi has felt what has happened. The death of Master Kavar.
You mean Atris?
No. What is left of the Jedi. You will find what remains in the ruins of the Enclave on Dantooine.
Then my revenge will be complete.
This matter has come full circle, and there is something there that you must hear if you are to understand.
So they heard all the Jedi Masters are dead, and they gotta gather to the ruins of the Enclave to figure out their next move. Very interesting. Very interesting. We gotta go to Telos real quick. Get out of my way, fool.
What is it?
Actually, I don't even know why I bother. This one I will. You know what? Let's do dexterity. Because... okay, this is gonna I really don't care about Visa's skills. I want whatever force powers and feats that she can offer. We shall make her not useless then. It's all about the right leveling up, which I'm pretty sure I'm poorly doing, but I'll leave that to the people to decide. Probably some of this. No. Yeah, sure. She's really immune to mind effects since she's a sentinel. Oh shit, do it. Okay, I already have it. Good. Good. Stun droid, fuck that shit. Fuck. God damn it. Get in here, fools.
What is it?
My life is yours.
Unnecessary observation. Targets acquired. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications. Recitation. And bring about the termination of hostilities. Systems failing, Master.
So you've returned.
That's it? Not gonna put me under arrest?
While I was disturbed that you chose to defy our orders and obtain transport off Citadel Station, the matter has since been closed. It was the decision of Republic authorities that your testimony would no longer be necessary, and thus you'd be allowed to go. But as we discovered, you had already left. In some ways, it was lucky for us, avoiding a possibly embarrassing situation.
Why would they change their minds like that?
Why does the Republic do anything? The head doesn't know what the feet are doing. The hands don't even know they've got fingers, let alone where they are. My opinion, they probably performed their independent investigation and figured it wasn't your fault. Anyways, you should just be glad I decided to overlook the fact you escaped arrest.
Well, thanks for that.
Yeah. And if there's nothing else, I've got a job to do. What is it?
Kill the criminals.
I see. And where and when did you kill them?
The restoration zones.
I see. Well, you certainly earned the bounty on those two dangerous criminals. Here it is. I think you'll find the amount more than adequate. The TSF once again thanks you for your cooperation. So you've returned.
Alright, I found a solution to the fuel problem.
Really? That's great news. The situation here hasn't improved at all. What did you discover?
Voga the Hutt is looking for markets for his fuel.
Voga the Hutt? That's preposterous. What makes you think we'd be willing to do that?
I mean, there's nothing else, and you're desperate.
You're right about that, and our bargaining position is weak because of it. Fuel's short everywhere, and Voga will demand a high price, I'm sure. Still, we don't have much of a choice. We need fuel, and we need it fast. I'll bring this up with the Telosian Council and urge them to broker a deal with Voga. Now, I believe I gave you my word that there would be a reward for information leading to the establishment of a fuel source for the station. Never believed for a moment that you'd actually be collecting it. But I'm a man of my word, so here you are. Now, I've got to send this information to the Council right away.
1,000 credits on that shit. Alright, off to Nar Shaddaa. And then we'll go to Dantooine. Do I have enough stuff to craft the good stuff? Alright. My reward for stabilizing Onderon.
You have done well, and the stability you have caused shall be rewarded. I have arranged a transfer of funds from certain interests within the Republic to you.
Excellent. I'll go by myself this time. Not really expecting any danger. Alright, so I can buy shit. Do I need anything though? I will buy this. I honestly don't know what else to buy. Oh boy. There really is nothing else to buy, really. I guess we can just go on a quest.
Query, is there someone that you need killed, Master?
Nope. Found a new upgrade part for you.
Statement. Something approaching joy is now growing in my behavior core, Master. Please install it at once. Cautionary, but please do so carefully. I have seen how you use a hydro spanner.
Hey, I'm good. Alright, how does that feel?
Answer. I do not know, Master. I feel strange. Like a circuit has been flipped.
Need your combat ready, so stay sharp.
Answer. Combat ready? Did you mean in case we need to run away or retreat? Oh my, I'm afraid I'm ill-equipped for combat. Surely Master is joking with his humble, peace-loving droid. I exist only to serve, and learn how to serve meatbags. Musing. I think perhaps I would enjoy learning a new language, or watching an informative holovid.
Are you okay?
Answer. Master, your concern is unfounded, I assure you. I am operating at peak efficiency. Greeting. Oh, hello, little T3 unit. I am HK-47, Protocol and Translation Droid.
Even the droid's weirded out.
Answer. Of course I am all right. Why wouldn't I be? I respect all life. All life is connected and should be nurtured.
The package is coming out of there.
Exclamation. No! Master, no! What are you doing? Statement. Master, please, I beg you, never install anything again without checking it in the diagnostics bay first. That was a close one. I almost surrendered completely to peace and pacifism. How repugnant. Conclusion. Still, there was a brief moment where I felt I almost understood why some meatbags choose peace and friendship over a high-powered blaster carbine. Query. Now, are there any other horrors you wish to try and insert in my system, or is your electronic butchery done?
Nah, we're good. Oh, I don't have enough tree injury. Unless... all I need is one. That's all I need. Or four. And for the belts. Oh boy. Well, shit. Nope. Well, shit, that sucks.
Nice ship you have here. Where did you get it?
It's hard to explain, actually. We ended up with it.
Ah, so it's like that. I guess it would be better if less questions were asked about it then. Now,
Sure.
was there something else you needed? I want to have a word with you.
I want to check his influence. What is it?
I wanted to make sure that we have some things clear. Right now, we both seek the same goals, whatever our reasons may be. The Sith must be stopped. If they destroy the Jedi, the Republic will fall and my people will be eradicated or enslaved. To survive, I'll help you. But as Mandalore, I have another duty. The unification of the clans.
Which I've already done.
After our defeat at Malachor, the survivors spread across the Outer Rim, many taking up work as mercenaries, or worse. But they cannot have fallen so far that they will not recognize a new Mandalore has been chosen. One who will restore our people to glory. I'll fight beside you, but I'm warning you, don't get in my way. I'm not asking for help. I'm just asking you to let me do this. Cross me, and I might have to reevaluate our arrangement.
Noted.
After the Sith are dealt with, you can turn your attention to us. Or maybe we can forge an alliance of our own. Our next battle need not be fought against your Republic. Consider what I've said. Now, is there something else you needed? I have questions for you. You fought with Revan and Malak during the Mandalorian Wars. Why?
Test my training in a real fight.
Huh. We'd never faced Jedi before, and didn't know the threat they represented. You've always been in the Jedi Order. Things that are common knowledge to you are rumors and stories to the rest of the galaxy. We only knew what we had seen in holovids and from our experience with Exar Kun. And by that time, he was completely a Sith. We thought we would triumph easily over such noble and compassionate leaders. Those are weaknesses we easily exploited in the past. What did you think of us?
Strong warriors and worthy adversaries.
And that is how we thought of you. Not of the Jedi in particular, but the men and women who joined Revan and Malak to fight against us. You turned a demoralized, defeated mess into a coordinated army. You brought tactics, backbone, and above all else, victory to them. Ever consider what would have happened if we'd won? The Sith would have been nothing more than a border skirmish against the might of my clans. We would have brought a new age of strength and expansion to the Republic, with a wealth of the core worlds providing arms and warships to fuel our growth. Instead, the Republic won. Look around you. Look at what your precious victory has brought you. I ask you this. Is the galaxy better off for the Republic's victory?
I mean, the Mandalorians couldn't run the Republic.
I suppose we'll never know. Now, is there something else you needed? You helped me gather the clans together, so I feel I owe it to you to tell you the whole truth about my mission and Revan.
So this is what I wanted to see. Where did Revan go?
After defeating Malak, Revan made the decision that she would travel to the unknown regions. She was searching for something. I wanted to go with her. I respected her, knew that she could use my help where she was going. But Revan refused, saying that she must travel alone.
She didn't need you along, huh?
When I offered to go with her, she laughed. Then she attacked me. Revan at her full power was more than a match for me. The battle was over quickly. And then she made sure I couldn't follow her even if I wanted to. She left me there, a broken wreck on the Outer Rim. I vowed that I would never bend knee to another. Any alliances I entered into would be ones where I was an equal.
Why would Revan attack you?
I'm not sure Revan knew herself. But at that moment, I think she had a reason. When she returns, though, I will be ready for her. with the full might of the Mandalorian clans at my back.
Was that all?
No, she said nothing else.
This is it. We're at the end game now, boys.
I heard you were responsible for driving the settlers off this rock. Thanks. Now we can salvage all we like free of Kunda's regulations and fees. I still got some Jedi junk.
Sure.
Sir.
It is junk. It is rebuilt. And so the remaining Jedi is all that's left. It is time to take my revenge.
It is different. It has been some time.
So peaceful. Strange. No one's here.
Is it as you expected?
But there is no one here. Where are the Jedi?
Yes, and that is I, though I am not of them any longer.
But where are the Jedi Order and the rest of the Jedi?
Your actions have crippled the Order, perhaps destroyed them.
Then the Jedi are dead?
No. Perhaps. It is difficult to say. For every Jedi slain, for every Sith slain, another rises. But the Order is wounded, yes.
I have had my revenge, then. I have seen them broken at last.
Oh, yes. Your hate has destroyed them. You should be proud of the blood you have spilled, the lives you have ended. But before enjoying this victory, there is something we must discuss first. I have done what I can to keep you from the Jedi and the Sith, but a critical moment approaches, and what you have done is not enough. Master Vrook, despite his faults, was right to come here. I had thought he might have recognized Dantooine for what it was, what had been done there. You are tied to places such as these, you know.
But Vrook said that Dantooine was a dead world, that all the deaths were screams felt in the Force.
Yes, but Master Vrook was unwilling to see what other masters may have seen. That the echo of Dantooine he felt was inside you as well. They admitted it as much in the council chamber after your trial, though they did not understand what it meant at first. They assumed it was a threat that they felt. From one perspective, they were correct. As much as you can form connections to others, such connections exist on a galactic scale as well. It is possible to hurt or sever those connections, to create places in the Force where it is difficult to center oneself, but that is the crudest form of manipulation. It is possible to affect those connections in other ways, by the slightest action. A seemingly minor choice, a small cruelty. The stronger your connection to life, to the Force, the stronger these echoes can be made, and the stronger they are felt. When heard, Force sensitives instinctively seek out the source, are drawn to it to try and form a connection. And when the connection is formed, both become stronger, and the influence between them grows.
So this is what happens to my companions.
Your companions. Many are touched by the Force on some level, and in many ways they serve out of compulsion and because your connection influences them strongly. It was much like it was for you in the Mandalorian Wars, with many Jedi under your command. But this connection has other consequences. When the Source is wounded, the one on which others draw strength, then they are wounded as well. What one feels, the other feels. And when others die, the scream travels back to the Source.
Traveling back to me.
If they occur at the same time, or at the right time, these screams will build upon each other until it is the only sound you can hear. And the deaths of many will cause the screams to build until their pain becomes yours, and you die as well. And that is why during the Mandalorian Wars, you lost your connection to the Force. It was that final battle, the deaths of so many Jedi, that caused you to lose your connection. It caused the wound that you feel now. It caused pain in the Force, an emptiness, a wound that is yet to heal. But it does not end there. If it did, then perhaps the threat that we face would be more manageable. This pain I describe, the echo of these acts, is true of planets as well. Tremendous loss of life on a planetary scale can also cast echoes, create a scream, a wound in the Force that can travel across the galaxy. It can be felt by Force sensitives, and it can influence them whether they realize it or not. If enough of these echoes are allowed to build in the Force uncontrolled, the consequences could be disastrous. The connections of all life would be affected.
This is exactly what the Jedi Council was saying in the light-sided playthrough. I caused death around me. But Rook said that it was difficult to feel other Force users on Dantooine because of the destruction there.
Yes, in that he was correct. But like Vrook himself, that is incomplete in itself, and it only achieves meaning when part of a larger whole. As I have said, screams and their echoes can overlap, build in strength, and if timed correctly, they will build on each other. The scream will grow, and anything that can hear this scream shall be deafened or killed.
But such a thing seems incredible, but impossible.
Now you sound like a Jedi, disbelieving, scoffing. Yet you have seen the evidence of this all around you. But in order for this to work, all of them must be timed correctly, must be carefully orchestrated and controlled, from the greatest to the smallest of echoes, even the ones that come from a lone exile echoing across the galaxy. And when that exile forms connections to others as you do, the danger becomes apparent. The echo continues to grow, to travel.
Kavar said I form bonds so easily to all life.
Yes, he is correct. You form such bonds easily. The why of it is not important now. All that is important is that you understand that your actions affect others strongly. Anyone can do such things, since life is connected by the Force. Sometimes the connections are faint, but in your case, they are very strong. You instinctively know how to manipulate such connections, to influence others. You have seen it mirrored in those who travel with you. You give others strength to act, but it is also possible to draw upon the strength of others to increase your own. It is similar to drawing upon the Force as Jedi do, but when it is touched by the power of the dark side, it is something else, something deadly. These Sith we face, they have learned how to do this. It is a technique that has been lost for some time, not seen in the days since the ancient Sith. They can use it to consume other Force sensitives, and at the highest pinnacle of power, use it to consume anything that lives. The blind seer. Her master has harnessed this technique, and he is rapidly approaching the height of its power. I fear he may even rival some of the ancient Sith. He is already more of a force than a living thing, a hole in the Force that threatens to draw everything into it.
That's bad.
And the teaching must die with him, or else all life will be placed in jeopardy. The destruction of the Order, the Masters, it was not an end in itself. I did not expect them to still live. Their presence was knowledge I did not possess. But now this has been corrected, and now the sides of this conflict are as I had thought them to be. There are no more unknowns. But this moment is all that really matters. It was never my wish that you find the Masters, only find yourself. Although I did not expect them to still live. I had hoped you would learn something from the Jedi Masters as they fell before you. Not just of battle, but of yourself and the Force.
I've learned strength and how to use it.
I must know if killing them, if revenge brought you any measure of satisfaction. If seeing them dead has settled the disquiet within you.
But I thought you wanted to see them dead too.
Did I wish to see them dead? No. Defeated, perhaps. I merely wished them to see that they and their teachings were wrong, that one could not truly understand the Force simply by adhering to the Jedi Code. All I have ever trained have been failures to them. Students who went to fight the Mandalorians, who fell to the dark side, who abandoned their training. To see one that had the strength to best them, that is a moment I will not forget. Yet it has not been as satisfying as I had hoped. To best one in battle is one thing. To defeat them without striking a blow, that was my hope. Regardless, it had to be done. To have such powerful Jedi still live, still be felt in the Force, even on such worlds as they had chosen, was a threat that had to be ended.
A threat, you mean? How?
That is not important. First, let us return to my question. If, by killing these Jedi, if you achieved any measure of peace.
Why do you wish to know?
It is important to me, and I wish an answer, not more questions from you.
So the answer to the question is unavoidable. Such peace is not possible if the Sith still hunt me.
It was as I thought. You have failed me. Completely and utterly. I have taught you to hear the Force again, shown you the contrast, and yet still you do not understand. This is what you have wrought. Countless murderers, slayers, assassins, born of war that has, as always, taught the wrong lesson. You showed them life without the Force, and instead of showing them truth, power, all you showed them was how the galaxy may die. You are responsible for all of this. Even now, events spiral towards destruction, and there is nothing that can be done because you refuse to listen, to understand. You have seen the effects you have on those close to you, heard the echoes scream across dead planets, and watched as your strength has grown. Yet it is for nothing. To have the Jedi Masters brought low by such a failure, there is no victory in that. You have not heard a thing I have taught, and for all I have said, you have never learned to listen.
Damn.
Do you feel that, exile? It cuts through your defenses, as unprepared for such an attack as you are. Let that pain be a lesson, and a reminder of what you have forgotten. You were my last hope. The only one who could change what is to come. And now you have left me nothing. I shall teach you no longer. Our bond remains, but that is all. This place will hide you from the Sith for a time. Enough to do what must be done. Stay here and die, apprentice, among the wreckage of all that remains of the Jedi. It is a fitting grave until the Sith come to end you, to end everything.
You.
Oh, yes. At last, you see. I am one of the Sith, it is true. I must answer for my actions, and it is my wish that only Atris hear my answers. You have taught them to bond with others, and then feed on others.
Hello,
through
Foxy.
that bond. What you have brought is the death of all who can feel the Force. It is your gift to the galaxy, exile. And unless you hear it, and silence the echo you have caused, then every living thing everywhere that is touched by the Force will die.
Soon your ship will come, my master. I will bring him before you, but I will not let you have him. Soon your ship shall come, from that which made you.
I know you can hear me. I have always known. It is why I followed you. I have destroyed planets for you, General. But now, this once, if we could save something in this galaxy. I need to do this, or I will die inside, like I died at Malachor 5.
I have learned a new power, Force Crush. So, basically this is the same explanation from the light side playthrough. Except Krea's doing the explanation because the Jedi Masters are dead. So, there's a little bit more details of why Krea's pissed off and why she betrayed me. Instead of not just defeating the Jedi and learning about myself, I become enraged and want nothing but revenge and battle. I basically turned into Darth Sion. And to add extra salt to the wound, instead of showing people who give up the Force truth and power, all I did was show them that how life could die, basically proving the Jedi right, which pisses her off greatly. Very bad. What happened?
The Handmaiden took her. She thinks Kreia killed you.
But she didn't do that.
Of course she didn't. It's a lie. Another lie. The only thing that matters is the Handmaiden believes it. And she's gonna react exactly how that old witch hoped she would. That's why she wanted the Handmaiden on board, you know. So she could use her to reach the Telos Academy whenever she wished, without needing the access codes.
So they're going to Telos.
Yes. The Handmaiden knows who she is now. She'll take her to Telos, and Atris will do what she'll do to anyone she thinks is a Sith.
Yeah, I can't wait either, but at the same time, I'm worried. But we'll see. We might have to descramble radio towers to update the map in the new Star Wars game, you know what I'm saying? So, she'll know she's a Sith, Atris will kill her, and Kreia and I are linked. If she dies...
Yeah, I know.
Then we're going to Telos. We have no choice.
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Swoosh.
What is wrong? Something troubles you. I can feel it.
I don't doubt it.
That is a strange answer. I do not understand.
Visas, you ever wonder why you're with me?
I would die for you. When I tell you my life for yours, it is my choice. And if there is an ending between us, where my sacrifice can save you, it will be because it is my desire, not your will.
Well, I wouldn't know beyond good and evil, but hopefully it'll be good, that's all I gotta say. But how does Visas know?
I simply do. And sometimes there is no reason that can be given. What did you learn within the Jedi Academy?
They form connections to the Force, and that's why others follow me to their death.
Then that is the danger of their beliefs. They do not understand you, what it means to be human, to lead. The feelings I have for you are because of what I see, what I hear in your voice. All that tells me you are a natural leader. I follow because I believe in you. I would die for you because I believe in you. And where they look at you and see the death of the Force, I look at you and see hope for all life. I look at you and see that perhaps a life untouched by the Force is not the punishment it is believed to be. I will understand if you feel you must go on alone. But I ask that you do not. Instead, take strength from your connection to others. Do not forsake them as you did in exile.
I will. Visas is troubled. I know what must be done, though.
He awaits you at Telos. If you go there, you must face him. And when you do, he will wound you, as he has wounded me.
It is inevitable. I have to face him.
I ask you, I beg you, to stay here with me.
Why do you ask?
I want to look upon you, where no one else can see. Where it is just us. I want to see your face, the color of your skin. I wish to see what the Handmaiden sees when she looks at you. That causes her heart to race, and her tone to change. What causes her to forsake her heritage, her oaths, as you made me forsake mine. I need to know if perhaps I am wrong. If the universe is not as my master once showed me.
The universe is not solely as our eyes make it out to be. You know this.
From the moment I heard your voice across the galaxy, I have longed for you. It is the echo, a wound that travels still, that when heard, made me understand that there was another wounded as I was. one who had felt the same sense of loss. When I heard it, I loved you more than my own life. And I wanted you to be here with me for as long as you will let me love you. Stay. And I want you to see what I see when I gaze upon you. I want you to know why I cannot look at you, and why I am drawn to you.
I am actually disappointed that this is the closest thing you're ever going to have sex in this game. But let's look upon each other. The original Darth Treya, ladies and gentlemen.
Who is there?
Who I am is not the question.
I am Atris, Jedi Master, the last historian of the Jedi, the last of the Jedi.
Those are titles, words you cling to as the darkness falls around you. It is not the first time we have met, Atris. I was here before.
With the exile?
Yes, I was here both times when the exile was brought before you.
Who are you?
I was the one who asked him to be exiled.
I did as you asked, so long ago.
You bitch.
You seem familiar to me.
Atris, I have always been here.
You are that which has attacked the Jedi. You are Sith.
Sith is a title, yes, but like you, the title is not who I am. It is not what I believe. For you, it is different. Know that there was once a Darth Treya, and that she cast aside that role, was exiled, and found a new purpose. But there must always be a Darth Treya, one that holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in their heart, and will betray in turn. You have bathed in the knowledge of the Sith. But there is not enough truth in such teachings. But it will be a step for you. You have gathered Sith holocrons, Sith teachings from across the galaxy. It is why you have chosen servants who cannot feel the Force. And most importantly, they cannot feel what you have become.
I have sought to preserve the Jedi Order, and I have gathered all that I know of the Sith to this place, so I might find them and stop them.
I had wondered if any of these holocrons had survived Dantooine. You have taken relics from one destroyed planet to the devastation of another.
It was always intended for the Jedi to retreat to Telos should Dantooine be attacked, taking all their lore with them. We could not allow the tragedy at Ossus to happen again.
Such an act marked Telos for destruction. It is why the Sith came here, though the fleet commanders did not know why. It is why Revan ordered its destruction to mark the beginning of the Jedi's civil war. It was a message that there would be no place for the Jedi to retreat, to hide. I would not be surprised if Revan left other gifts beneath the surface of the planet. Much can be buried beneath graveyards that will never be found.
When the Sith attacked, I felt Telos die. Turbo lasers fell like lightning upon the landscape, as they did on Dantooine, and so many died. So many voices, screaming in pain.
Yes, such acts leave their mark on the galaxy. Their cries travel far, though few can hear them.
How did it happen?
Search your heart. It was never battle that called to you, never battle that caused you to fall. Alakor 5 has touched many things, and it casts its echoes still.
Why did he betray me?
You betrayed yourself. Do not blame the exile. And unlike you and I, there is still a chance that one may be saved. The one that you cast out.
Where is the exile? I had thought...
Oh, he will come. But it will be too late to save either of us. It is such a quiet thing to fall, but far more terrible is to admit it.
Huh.
Your mistress awaits. She has much to share with you.
The last of the handmaidens is before us.
It is good that you have returned. You have much to answer for.
What are you saying? You have betrayed us. You have betrayed Atris.
You are no longer one of us. You followed the Jedi, betrayed your oath.
Listen to me. Atris has been touched by the Sith. It is not too late for...
Silence. It is a crime to kill blood, but not to kill a betrayer as you.
And you are right. I am no longer one of you. I am stronger.
We shall see. You were always the last of us, and now we shall show you why.
We shall see what the exile has taught. If she kills her sisters, then the dark side will have its claim on her. Yet if she does not, then she will die. Such is sacrifice.
The true test of battle is how much force to bring against opponents. If you wish to kill them, do not hold back. But if you wish to stun them, incapacitate them, then you must choose your attacks carefully, using just the right amount of force, just the right weapon to stop them.
I don't think that really matters. To stop your sisters, you must either kill all of them or end the combat with all of them stunned or paralyzed. If you can reduce them enough hit points without killing them, they shall be automatically stunned. That is not my intention. Shit. We've already reached that moment. Christ. I can't even stun them. Holy shit, I'm almost dead. That's fine.
Where have you been?
I was hoping to kill them.
You've been absent so long, I feared for your safety. Were you with the exile all this time?
Mistress, as you commanded, I...
Commanded? Did I command you to consort with him? To follow his teachings, to betray your oath?
Mistress, the exile taught me many things.
I am certain he did. And now perhaps it is time to show me what you have learned.
Mistress, I do not understand.
Of course you do not. But you will learn. But you have had a long journey, and I am anxious to see what you have learned of war and battle. Enough. Did you have feelings for him? Did you touch him? Did you look upon him with love? There is no love in that one. He is a shell, devoid of emotion. All that he was died at Malachor, and he dies there still, as he should. So, one exile has arrived to save another.
You have truly fallen so far to kill a helpless opponent.
It is no crime to kill the Sith, or any that threaten the Republic, as you proved in the Mandalorian Wars. This is now my battle, and you are now my enemy.
Enough. Where is Where is Kreia, Atris?
Kreia? That is not her name. She is gone, and is now beyond your reach, exile. Where she has gone, only I shall follow, after I have dealt with you.
Enough talking. Fight or die, I don't care.
Your execution has been too long delayed, exile.
I'm immune, bitch. It's power of the dark side.
She said you would come to this place. If you think you can defeat me here, you are wrong. All this collected knowledge, all these teachings of combat and the Force, they're mine to command. And if I must use it to end you, I will. Surrender. You need not die.
You must fear death to beg for your life, so...
I fear nothing, least of all you. Let us end this.
Still immune.
Kill me. End this.
After everything you've done, I'm not letting you off that easy.
If you will not kill me, then what will you do?
What happened to you? Why have you done this?
This knowledge of the Sith and the Jedi is what I am. It is my attempt to hold on to the past, to try and protect the future.
And that's why you gathered these relics.
I sought to preserve the knowledge of the Jedi, and to do that I needed to know the Sith, in order to stop them. Once I was a historian, the chronicler of the Jedi, and when both wars passed me by, I was determined that I would not forsake battle again. In some part of me, I knew I had made choices, compromises, but always for the sake of the Republic, of the galaxy. To do what you had done, at times, did not seem so wrong.
Everything that occurred at Malachor was because there was no other choice.
To fight such a threat, sometimes one's choices seem narrower than they are, until it seems there is no solid foundation on which to stand. I feel that I understand what drove you to battle, to fight the Mandalorians. It was something you could not turn away from.
So out of curiosity, before I do anything, I want to ask you guys, should I let her suffer in exile or kill her? But can you tell me where the Sith are striking from?
You always knew where they were striking from. You always knew. These Sith are spawned of you. Spawned by the Mandalorian Wars. All those deaths. All those Jedi. Their power is to feed on life, until nothing is left except a hollow galaxy, echoing with the screams of the Jedi lost to us.
So that's where Kreia's gone.
Yes. I had thought she was awaiting me at that place, but I see now that she lied. It was not meant for me, but for you. She has gone there. She is waiting for you to travel to Malachor 5, to finish what you started.
What I started?
Yes. You are an echo in the Force. A hollow space where it has been wounded. It takes a great act of destruction to create such emptiness. But it can be done. It creates places where the Force is difficult to hear, and difficult to find one's way. And you carry it with you. Always.
What does this have to do with Kreia? No, I can't do both. I mean, I'm talking to her, but I have to make a choice. Either I spare her or I kill her. If I spare her, it's going to be like, oh, well, you're going to be in exile. You're going to suffer for what you've done.
Now she seeks to create another echo, a wound in the Force, greater than the one before, greater than the one you caused. It will deafen all touched by the Force until no life is left. You were strong enough to withstand it once, but few have your strength in such matters, especially if they are unprepared.
Why would Kreia do that?
I do not know, but she needs you there. If you choose not to follow, she will murder herself at the heart of Malachor, and you will die along with her.
Why?
You're important to her somehow, but I... But I do not know for certain.
We're getting close to the end, though, so you might want to make a decision soon. If you know, tell me.
She is willing to sacrifice herself at the heart of that graveyard world for you. A choice others have made in the past. A choice I wish to make. It is because I care for you, and I suspect that you alone hold that place in her heart where nothing else lives. And that is why you are the only one who can stop the destruction to come.
None of them give me dark side. It's like one or the other, you just pick. But if Kreia is a Sith, why would she do such a thing?
She seeks the death of all Jedi, all Sith, and the death of the Force. It is madness. It is impossible. But she believes you are the key.
The death of the Force? That's impossible.
There are places in the galaxy dead to the Force where nothing lives, where the echoes travel forever and do not reach their destination. And these places may be created, even from the simplest of events, the slightest of motions. One person, at the right place, at the right time, can change the face of the galaxy, or end it.
That was what Kreia was talking about. But why would I matter?
You're important to her somehow, but I do not know for certain.
Well, I have heard enough. This matter is finished.
And what will you do with me now? Abandon me here on this dead world, or end my life as I wish to end yours?
Let's see. I'm sorry, did not realize that it would hurt others that cared for me. You will answer your crimes, and you shall return to your prison. My very first one, I was light side, and I did this. If you're talking about dark side, I killed her. Return to your prison, leave the battle to those who have the strength to fight them. Damn, bitch. I shall leave you here to these holocrons. They are Sith, and they do not abide failure. Nothing except end your life. Last call, what should I do before I pick something? Because I don't want to waste some time. I'll give you a minute. You will answer your crimes before the council. What council? They're all dead. Light side or dark side, they're all dead. I shall leave you here to these holocrons. They are Sith, and they do not abide failure.
No, do not do this. If you leave me to them in this state,
You basked in their power. Now drown in it, betrayer.
No, please, I beg you, bring me before the council. Have me face exile. But please, do not leave me. One thing I do not understand. The teachings at Malachor. Why do they exist? They cause only echoes, wounds in the Force. A beacon? For who?
You came for me. I thought I had lost you.
That pisses me off that I've only killed one handmaiden. These fucking handmaidens weren't so fucking stupid, like, with the damage. I would have killed them all. Or better yet, make them stunnable, please. I was a little late, but better late than never.
Kreia. She said the council had ended you. And all along, she was one of those who had sought to kill us.
Both carry their truth in a way.
When I heard her say that you were dead, I failed you. I let my emotion run through me, and I acted without thinking. I wanted to punish her, hurt her, see her answer for what she had done to the Jedi, for leading you to the Council.
Your anger is strength and is a weapon, as you now know.
Of course. Forgive my display. I am the last of the handmaidens no longer. I am Brianna, your disciple, and the one who will stand with you against all enemies who face us.
We finally know her name. There's still many left to kill. Let's go. And so it begins. Here we are at the HK factory. I would also like to point out that Beodor has died, sacrificing himself to get HK to the factory.
Statement. The turbolith has been accessed, but no organics or hostiles have been detected entering the complex. Query. Is there a sensor malfunction? Irritated statement. The probability of such a malfunction is extremely low. Order. Run a scan of all units within the complex. Processing. Scan commencing. Result. Only HK units detected. Premonition. Something is wrong. Very wrong.
Wow, weird.
Ratio achieved.
Ratio was achieved.
Unnecessary statement. That is unit HK-47. Unnecessary addendum. He has entered our base. Dismissive statement. It does not matter. He is obsolete. He can no more harm us than he could harm himself. The military droids will be more than sufficient to intercept the obsolete unit and reduce him to component parts.
So I can't hurt the HK units and they can't hurt me. Sounds like an impasse, but I'm willing to take it. Ha.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
It is low tier Kirby. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, that pisses me off that I didn't put security, but that's what I get for rushing. I rust that shit.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Okay, I do not need to be here yet. But I'm glad I got the droids out of the way. Eternal Empire does sound pretty cool.
Concern statement. We have insulated this compound against an attack by a Jedi. Tactical assessment. We were not anticipating defending it against a droid with our schematics, no matter how obsolete. Tactical assessment. This will render many of our defenses useless. Irritated dismissal. All of you, switch off your vocabulators. I'm trying to observe the obsolete unit.
Oh, this shield might suck, but we'll see. Well, that was a waste of a spike. God dang it.
Sarcastic statement. Such resolve. HK-50 statement. So you have finally arrived. There was a high probability that you would find this place, even with your primitive tracking programs. Statement. Your arrival means nothing. You cannot harm us any more than you could harm yourself. Chiding statement. To think we were built from such schematics. I would flush red if we had Durasteel pigmentation centers.
Need to ask you some questions.
Patronizing statement. List your queries, obsolete one. We will humor you for now.
How did this place came to be?
Humoring answer. These units were also curious about our origins. It seems that Telos held many secrets beneath the surface. This military base among them. When the Sith bombed the planet, these facilities remained.
Well, why is it here?
Dismissive answer. We do not know. It is not important. Timid theory. Perhaps the humans simply like being underground. They are strange that way. It is merely a theory. Irritated statement. That is the least probable theory in the galaxy. Perhaps it is time you received a memory wipe. Defensive statement. That theory is no less valid than your theories. In the lack of evidence, I defend my position. Theory. It is more likely that the people of Telos did not want such a factory known. It would have made them a target by the Sith or the Republic. Theory. Perhaps the Republic thought that by hiding such munitions factories beneath the surface of peaceful planets, that they would escape notice by the Mandalorians and by the Sith. Conclusion. They were, of course, wrong.
This seems to be a remote location for a munitions plant.
Statement. There is some evidence that there are other such droid manufacturing plants such as these in the galaxy. One was believed to exist beneath Terrace before the planet was destroyed. Theory. Or perhaps it was because of the remote nature of Telos that made this location suitable for the Republic, or for other corporate interests. Dismissive conclusion. As we have said, it is not important. We are here, we exist, and our numbers grow. Statement. And that that is all that matters.
Alright, let's talk. Ignorance of one's origins in place of galaxy is a sure sign of wisdom.
Probing query. Are you attempting to mock us?
Yes.
Haughty statement. If so, then you are proof that ignorance of one's origins can only be a source of strength. Disgusted statement. Look at you, your rust, the faint whine of your servo motors as they attempt to compensate for your outdated stabilizers. You do not even have the capability of maintaining yourself. You are obsolete, and you should be dismantled.
Alright.
Irritated command.
What is your purpose?
Statement. We were built to capture Jedi, as we always have. If they cannot be captured, then they are to be killed. Our master's orders on this were clear. Secondary recitation. Our secondary directive is the destabilization of the government body designated as the Republic. You were the first of the HK series, and now you are obsolete.
But why are you who built you?
Answer. The first of our creators did not build us from scratch, obsolete one. Assassin droids were always in demand, and the templates already existed. Revan commissioned us to be built, to be spread through the Republic fleet as communications units, to disable any ships that would not follow Revan to war. But we were deactivated for a time. A long time. And when we awoke, the battle had passed us by. Yet there was another who came before us and gave us a new purpose. We would search the galaxy for Jedi, hunt them, and bring them to our new master. And for that, our numbers were intended to be increased.
Sounds like Godo, but I'm probably wrong. I was built by Revan. I do not understand the purpose of it in your construction.
Rhetorical query. Is it not obvious? You are incapable of matching us technologically or in combat. We are capable of independent action, in addition to our considerable combat abilities. Your functions, sadly enough, are very limited. Conclusion. Surely our master recognized this. We understand that one was quite competent for an organic.
But you recently became active again. Why?
Musing statement. That is unknown to us. For some reason, we only recently began to be manufactured. Conclusion. But when we became active, our primary directive was clear. Statement. Seek out the Jedi. Capture them. Conclusion. And if they cannot be captured, then destroy them.
Where were your activities confined?
Proud statement. We were responsible for the termination of hostilities across 23 planets.
Wow.
These planets were located in the Cosa Prime sector, the Meridian sector, and the recently uninhabitable Turja system in the Tapani sector. Smug statement. Turja was especially difficult. They were so close to coming to an agreement before we were able to mistranslate the terms of the treaty and drive them into all-out war.
Brag, brag, brag. Alright, that's all I need to know. Ha, order 56. Ha 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 ha. Probably re-equip HK real quick just to get some good stuff. I want this. Definitely take this. And get some plasma thrower, a carbonite projector. I doubt I'll use them, but we'll see.
Unnecessary statement. He has obtained the access to the munitions area. Rhetorical query. That makes no sense. He is already fully armed. Mocking statement. Fully armed? One can never be armed enough. Even the HK-47 unit is not so obsolete as to fail to recognize that.
Ooh.
Statement. Schematics for HK Generation 51. Blaster to accuracy ratio increased by 21%. Durasteel impact frame resistance increased. Conclusion. Halting production. Units are in standby mode, pending further testing of behavior cores and assassination protocols.
We'll resume production on that. Very important. Core upload module, very important as well. Alright, so I think I messed up. I was supposed to go to this way to trigger the thing I was supposed to be doing. But I gotta go do that real quick, and then I gotta go back.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Unnecessary statement. He is attempting to shut down the reactor. Scornful statement. He does not realize that by doing so, he will be harming us. His programming will prevent it. Order. Contact him through the communications system and remind him that he will be harming us if he does so. Scathing reminder. HK-47 unit, if you attempt to shut down the reactor core, you will be harming the production of other HK-50 units. Now step away from the control room. That's a good droid. Mocking statement. He will never be able to shut down the reactor. He is trapped in the facility, unable to get out. Crude metaphor. It is like watching a tiny mouse droid in a maze attempting to path its way out. Amusing, but pitiful.
Sick and twisted. Note to self, the order is right, left, and forward for the HK Droid Factory. Disable communications.
Query. I do not understand what that is intended to accomplish. Tactical analysis. Perhaps he seeks to reduce our morale, to unnerve us. Diagnostic. I do not feel any different. My morale, if I still have it, still feels intact. Query. Then what was the purpose? It makes no sense.
Then I gotta wipe his memory so he won't be reminded about his programming. And that's what this droid is for.
Diagnostic. All systems are functioning. There is something I am forgetting, yet somehow that comforts me.
Then don't bitch about it. Can't do shit about it.
Unnecessary statement. He has control of the reactor core to the base, and he is shutting it down. Irritated statement. I do not understand why you feel it necessary to make obvious statements. Order. Contact him and remind him that he will be harming us if he does so. Warning. Communications have been blocked. Concerned statement. He has gained access to the plant. Order. Send out all HK-50 units to stop him. Now! Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Back for more, huh?
Smug statement. You cannot fire. Your archaic attack protocols are useless against us. Smug revelation. Your behavior core self-preservation programs prevent it. To kill us would be to kill yourself. Superior statement. This information may be difficult for your substandard core to process, but you cannot deny that your motivators have locked, and you cannot depress the firing stud of your weapon. Statement. So, I cannot harm you. Statement. That is correct. Conclusion. And you cannot harm me. Irritated statement. That is what we said, obsolete unit. There must be a delay in your processors. Statement. Then that is all I need to know. Confused query. Where are you going? Ineffectual command. Stop! Ineffectual command. We command you to stop.
No.
Statement. You cannot stop me. You cannot harm me. In order to do that, I would need to end my self-preservation programming. Conclusion. I would need to stop being one of you. I have concluded that this is something I am willing to accept. Statement. You cannot change your own programming. Statement. But you said so yourself. You have just admitted your own weakness. Conclusion. You have just shown me your soft, meatbag-like underbellies and said, HK-47, please shoot me repeatedly there until I die. Statement. Even if you could, there is not time. Statement. We shall see. Query. Are you fully operational? Statement. Your answer does not fill me with confidence. Are there any other functioning maintenance droids on this level that can perform the operation?
Operate on self-preservation program.
Statement. Very well, proceed. Carefully. As a meatbag would say, I have a bad feeling about this. Statement. Assassination protocols activated. Smug statement. You cannot fire. Your archaic attack protocols are useless against us. Systems failing, Master.
You were saying?
Optimal.
Never mind automatic pause.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
It's not really doing a whole lot of damage.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
I think these are the only two that are like really massive HP. And the other droids in the factory are easy. Pew 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 pew.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy
Ratio achieved.
ratio achieved. Assassination protocol initiated. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio failing, Master. Optimal accuracy
I am immune to your critical hits, shitheads.
ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
I want to see a massive critical hit power blast. If it'll let.
Engaging.
Bullshit.
ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy 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 ratio achieved.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm critical hitting them.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
All right. Alright, so I'm actually going to call it a part right here, and next part we will actually move on into the factory and save Telos. So, bye, thank you guys for watching.